If you're self-employed like me, no doubt you've experienced overwhelm, worry, and stress, and that feeling of having a million things to do and not knowing where to start. Today, I want to talk through why I think slowing down and doing one thing at a time and allowing yourself to be completely present in whatever it is that you're doing might actually enable you to become more productive. And for all you guys out there struggling with this, I've been working on a brand new checklist. I call it my 5-minute daily planner. And it's for all you solo entrepreneurs out there struggling with boundaries, struggling with overwhelm. It's a 5-minute morning routine that might just be the best new habit that you create for yourself this year. So if this sounds interesting, just reach out and let me know. It's my completely free gift for you. Just reach out through any channel, through the website, through Messenger. Just let me know you're interested and I will send it straight through. Hello and welcome back to the From Zero to Marketing Hero podcast. I'm Paul Heron. I'm a life coach and entrepreneur who made the transition from a world of uncertainty, knowing that I was meant for more and stuck in the corporate world through all the ups and downs to a place now where I'm successfully running my own coaching business and helping others do the same, which is the thing I love most. This podcast is my most recent challenge to myself and definitely a way of stepping out of a comfort zone. For the past 5 years, while I've been building my coaching business, I've outsourced all my marketing. And a few weeks ago, 6 weeks ago now, I decided to dive in the deep end and learn how this all works from the ground up. So over the next 12 months, I'm challenging myself to create, upload, post a podcast every single day to document my journey, but also to hopefully show you guys what it takes and what's required and what some of the ups and downs look like of creating a successful business. So let's jump in and talk through my thoughts on why slowing down, focusing on one thing at a time can actually enable us to get much more done. And I just want to start this conversation by talking to the importance of being present in everything that we do. I know for myself, and even just setting up this marketing plan that I'm putting together for May, I have found my mind wandering. I'm constantly catching myself either thinking about what I should have done, or I'm looking forwards, thinking about everything else that I've got coming up on the horizon. And at times it's really difficult to concentrate on the task that I'm meant to be doing in that moment. But the thing is, whenever we allow our mind to run away from us like that, we really are denying ourselves in many ways the opportunity of being present and focusing on one thing, or the one thing that's in front of us in that moment. If I look at the times where I have been most productive, it's definitely the times where I am completely focused on the task at hand, completely in the zone. I regularly find this when I'm on my coaching calls, for example. There are just no distractions. It feels like time is just flying by. I'm open and curious to everything that's going on, and I'm just not distracted by anything in the outside world. Maybe it's because there's a bit of comfort and safety in my environment and the actual tasks that I'm doing. I trust myself, I know what I'm doing, and it just feels right. With this new challenge that I've taken on and getting my head around the marketing principles that I want to take into that marketing plan I'm putting together for May, there has just been so many options, so much uncertainty about what I could be doing. Ideas are just constantly bouncing around, and I've found it really difficult to concentrate on any one particular task. And I just think it's really interesting noticing the difference between those two states. So what I've been trying to do is just implement ways where I can decide what the thing is that I need to be doing, try and eliminate all other thoughts and ideas, put them all off to the side. I can look at them another time. But if I'm making a commitment to myself to focus on this particular thing in front of me in this particular moment, I am really trying to give it my best shot to just show up, be present, and be curious, I guess, about what comes of the experience. And I'm making some progress on that. So there have been a couple of instances this week where I've been able to remove some of this clutter, focus on one thing at a time. It almost feels like I'm slowing down, but slowing down purposely in some ways. I'm slowing down, really focusing on the one thing I think in that moment is the thing I need to be doing to move the needle forward, trying to relax as much as I can and just give all of my attention to being present on that task. And it's been amazing. I've found that if I can apply that mentality and that strategy, I feel like I'm getting much more done and I feel much more productive. So what's really going on here? I think at times, and I think I've been guilty of this, but I feel like I've thought that I can actually multitask. But what I've learned over the years is that I can't do that. Even when I think I can, and I think I am multitasking successfully, what I'm actually doing is just bouncing back and forth between 2, 3 different things that I've got on the go at the one time, and not really giving my full 100% attention to any of those tasks. And there are times when we have to pay attention to external things happening around us, multiple things at once. We've got different kids running in different directions, for example. Often when we're driving, for example, I think that's a really good one. We've become so familiar and comfortable with the activity that we're in the middle of, we can put our attention to other things. But I think particularly when we're taking on new challenges at work, for example, like this challenge, trying to get my head around something that's brand new to me, what I've come to realize is just so important to find ways to be able to show up and commit my time and attention to one thing at a time and tackle these things with complete presence, or as much presence as I can possibly bring to these situations at any one time. So what can we actually do to get into the moment and to stay in that moment? And maybe this is the $1 million question. There are many different strategies. We could look at our environment and reducing distraction. Our phone, for example, is one of the biggest causes of interruptions that we have, and our phones are typically on us all the time. There's the rituals and routines that we can apply to get ourselves primed and ready to tackle these things. There's the planning that we put into ensuring that the tasks that we are taking on do have meaning to us, and we do feel an element of certainty that this is the thing I need to be doing to make that next step forward. But I think sitting underneath all this is just continuing to develop an awareness of what's actually going on. There is so much to this, and it's quite a complex thing once we get into it. You could just keep digging down layer upon layer. But I think the thing that we want to take away from this conversation today, and the thing that's been most powerful for me this week, is just developing that awareness that we can only do one thing at a time. We're most productive when we are doing one thing at a time, and we can start to get into that flow state and get our work done with no distraction whatsoever. And for me particularly, it always comes back to the way that I am structuring and planning my day and setting myself up for success. And that's exactly why I've taken the time to create this checklist. If you've worked with me before, you'll know that I use this technique in all of my coaching programs. And this 5-minute daily planning ritual or routine genuinely can be the best 5 minutes you spend each and every day. And if you can build a habit around this, if you could do this for the next 30 days, I would almost guarantee that you'll be in a completely different place to where you are right now. So full disclosure, this is me testing out some new marketing strategies myself, but I genuinely believe there's a ton of value in this little value bomb of a checklist that can be hugely beneficial for you. So if you're interested, just reach out. I haven't really thought through how the best way to do that is. I know if you go to my website, www.paulheronlifecoaching.com, there's a ton of links on there, and there's a few different ways you can make contact there. You can reach out to me on Messenger, Facebook, any of the social platforms that you find me on. I typically use the handle Coach Paul Heron, but as I said, this is a completely free gift that I'm trying out. There is no need to hand over anything in exchange. I might even try and find a way to put it up on the website just so you can download it. But either way, if you do find it interesting, reach out, let me know, and I'll send it straight through. So I'll leave it there for today. I hope you've got value from this conversation. I hope you all have a fantastic day, and until tomorrow, bye for now.